You currently locked in to the coldest podcast in the land. It's your boy, B. Jones, a.k.a. Bolo, and you know when I'm pulling up to the porch. I can't pull up without my dog.
What's going on, y'all? It's your main man, Big Smitty, a.k.a. D-Nice, and you heard what Bolo just said. This is the Porch. Welcome. What's going on, the Porch family, man? I know we left y'all hanging last week, man. It was my fault. I take the blame. The schedule, I double booked y'all. I had to help my homegirl Morgan move. I forgot, and I had to cancel last minute. So we back. I do apologize, y'all. We ain't gonna do it again. We in it, man. How you feeling, Bolo Bands?
Blessed. Highly favored, all the above, brother. 10 toes down. You know how I'm coming, man. God is good. My brother, Big Smitty, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm so blessed. It's scary, man. Like, you know what I mean? I wake up every day just looking over my shoulder. Just sometimes you get paranoid when you be blessed, Bolo. You like, dang, is something bad about to happen soon?
Something about to go down.
I'm feeling too good. It's too much good going on right now. You know what I mean? So I can't call it, brother, man. Like I said, just trying to continue to figure out this game of life, Bolo. You know what I mean? That's really it, bro. It's a big game, and it gets tough sometimes, Bolo. It gets rocky sometimes. You trying to figure out what your next move is gonna be, how you gonna get to that next move, and there's no clear answer. And you be asking God, just give me the answer, God, give me the answer. And sometimes He ain't gonna give it to you super duper clear
when you want it,
and when you want it too. Amen. But He'll give you them ingredients to get to that next step. But you gotta use your own mindset and discernment to get there. I ain't trying to preach today, y'all. I'm not trying to preach.
Come on, talk to him. Hey, it's real. That's real game. Because remember, bro. Hey, if y'all ain't in tune right now, we got this segment called "A Toast to You" that comes out, and we always dropping the craziest gems. We just talked about timing, y'all.
Yep.
Hey, we in the third quarter right now. Obviously, heading into the fourth. Year almost over. You probably not where you want to be or where you should be. But just know God gonna put you in a place where you need to be. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure y'all stay locked in, stay dialed in, stay faithful, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Your time may not be right now, but it's gonna be whenever you need it most at that time. So stay prepared, man. And we're gonna continue to get to it. In the meantime, though, we on a porch, baby. It's going down.
We feeling good, man. Where my drink at? I'm in one of them moods today on a Monday. You know what I mean? Where am I? I'm about to get I might tell my wife to put me either a Jameson and a Coke or something. Jameson and a ginger ale. I'm in that type of mood today, man.
Bro, I've been on my tequila shit lately, though. Tequila damn been having like the liquor world in the headlock for real. Like when you think about it, bro, like everywhere you go, you got your Casamigas. Like you got all the different types of Casas. You got like the 1942s. You got the different types of like Reposado.
Is it Migas or Migos? You got me confused now.
The Casamigas?
Is it Casamigas or Casamigos?
Casamigos.
You said Casamigas.
I call Casamigas.
Is that plural?
Casamigos. I know it's M-I-G-O-S. I believe.
Is it O-S or A-S? I'm asking you. I
think it's O-S.
You got me confused, y'all. In Porch family, is it Casamigas or Casamigos?
Yeah, I think it's Casamigos, bro. Hold on.
Hey, regardless, whichever one that is not Bolo, you got my head spinning right now.
M-I-G-O-S.
You said me guys.
Casamigos. Casamigos.
We gotta make a generic version.
I just call that shit Casa.
That black people always call shit short, don't it? We always call it shit short.
Let me get some of that Casa. Let me get Casa. Let me get Casa with Reposado, y'all, with some pineapple though.
Ooh.
With a little ice. Boom. Let it melt just a little bit. You know what I mean? Dilute it just a little bit, but then boom. I'm on my fourth cup. We turn. What's up?
That Terramana go crazy though. You never had that Terramana
go crazy. You know,
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, I already know.
Move,
you know what they can sleep on? That Milagro shit.
Milagro. Oh, say it again.
Is it Milagro?
I think it's Milagro. Yep, Milagro.
Yeah, the Milagro tequila, fire, bro.
That damn near fire too. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I fuck with it, Don. All that shit. That shit straight.
Tequila do be good, bro. My brother, shout out to Jew Jack. He put me on game though to the Jameson ginger ale, bro. Like it got me in a headlock. Hey, it's so smooth, brother.
Hey, Jameson used to be my drink. I go through my little wave, so I'm on a tequila wave now. Right. But let me tell you the drink that I was really fucking with, where I used to go in the club and just like, let me get 2 or 3 of these and I'm straight.
Educate
bro. It's Jameson and Red Bull.
Ooh, it gives you wings.
No, I'm for real, bro. Give you the perfect balance, bro, because Jameson a whiskey, so it's gonna kind of even you out a little bit,
right?
And then you get your Red Bull, so it's kind of like a happy medium, so it's gonna be kind of lifting you up, but you still gonna be kind of riding that wave, y'all. I'm telling you, Jameson the Red Boy. Hey, shout out to my boy Watts, because Watts put me on actually. No, Watts fuck with the.
Don't lie now.
Shout out to my boy Abdullah. My boy Abdullah Assad. Back then, I want to say probably 2018. He was fucking with that shit. I'm like, damn, why the fuck are you putting Red Bull in that shit? And I tried it. I was sold.
That shit bounce you out and turn you up at the same time. You don't know what to do.
Easy. And then like you can just go though. Like, you know what I mean? But drink you some water though. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here falling out of shit.
Bolo drink that Red Bull and Jameson, and he be on his Bay Area vibes.
Hey, on my Larry June shit.
Oh, what you know about L. June? You don't listen to June?
Cool. Yeah, he cold with it.
All June songs be like, it be titles like this. It be like, on my way to the crib. Driving down to Vegas.
Hey, that nigga be telling hell of a stories.
He do. It was 1991.
Hey, yeah. He be going.
Are you bumping that shit out here on the coast? Okay, man. Ain't no Bolo.
Nigga, West Side. Next thing you know, you gonna hit me up. You like, nigga, I'm a Crip.
I am affiliated with them, but you know what I mean. I got a few of the homies, man. You know, I got a few homies on both sides. Really, though, I'm cool. Really, I'm good around here. I try to tell y'all, man. Damn, wherever I gotta go, I'm good out here. You know what I mean? So I respect it.
Get your little. I can keep a blue flag hanging out my left side, looking at. Yeah, that's the Crip side.
You flaming?
Yeah, that's the Crip side.
That shit's serious. How you playing? Shit serious out here, bro. Hey, y'all, he with me, y'all. He with me, y'all. It's good. He playing around. It's jokes. He with me. Relax.
I'm just saying. I mean, that was a Snoop Dogg quote. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like
I said it. Trying to bring.
It ain't like I said it.
Nah, don't push it back now. Don't push it back now.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But you can't play both sides, bro. You can't be false flag.
I'm not a banger, so I got people on both sides.
Play in the middle, huh? You the middle man, huh? Malcolm in the middle.
I'm just me, head. I'm just respected around here. I'm good in Compton. I'm good in Watts. I'm good in Crenshaw, Slauson, downtown, South Bay, Torrance area. I'm good in Long Beach at the LBC. I'm good at. I be around, bro. I drive around. I don't be looking over my left shoulder, my right shoulder. I'm just good. When you got the Holy Spirit, you know who I am? You know what gang I'm a part? The Holy Spirit. Amen.
Christ crew. The Jesus Christ crew.
When you got Jesus Christ in your left pocket, in your right pocket, on your left side, in your right side, behind you, in front of you, diagonally, below you, above you, in front of you, in your vision. It don't matter what side of the city you on. I don't care if you on the west side, the east side, the north side, the south side. When God's by your side, can I get an amen? You gonna be all right. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Oh, man, I'm not playing today, Bolo.
Hey, man, I think in the church, man, the louder you talk and the faster you talk is the quickest reaction to get out of anybody.
You can say whatever.
You can say whatever. Like
literally.
It can be quick, too. I said burger, fries, donuts, chicken, wings, fries, anything you want. You can just say it fast, and you just going to get the reaction. You're going to get the Holy Ghost come out of everybody.
Hey, the one thing that used to always get me hyped is like, if you know the game about to come on at 1 o'clock, and you know it's starting to get a little late, and the pastor's a sports fan as well, he'll say like reference like about the sport. He'll be like, now I know the Indianapolis coach is about to play in about 30 minutes, so we're going to end this session short today. Can I get an amen? I'm like, amen. You catch the Holy Spirit in that moment. You be in there shaking. Woo, hallelujah, the coach is about to play in 30. Check your watch. That be the moments, though, man. I need to go to church too. I ain't been to church in a minute.
But ain't no reason why church should be over an hour, though. I'm gonna be
keep it real. Keep it real.
I'm gonna keep it. I feel like growing up back in the day, I used to go to church like with my grandma, or like, bro, like not to backtrack, but bro, I used to hate the times where you used to spend the night over people's houses and you had to get up and go to church with them in the morning.
Oh, that was not part of the
plan.
I
used to be so sad, bro. I used to be like, oh, well, make sure you bring his extra clothes. We going to church in the morning. I just want to sit back and just tell him, like, please don't. I don't want to spend the night no more. But like, I would be on the spot. I'm like, I didn't want to go home, bro. We would go to like Sunday school. Then we would go to church, bro. I would be spending my whole Sunday probably from like 8 to 1, literally in the church. Like, and y'all, I'm a faith-based man. I'm a Christian. I love God, y'all. But the church, man, for almost five hours, y'all, it's a lot. I sound like a heathen right now, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all right now. But ain't no way nobody should be in church that long.
He said, I used to be like, man, I ain't want to stay the night no more, but I ain't want to stay.
Hey, It
That's so
sounds really
no,
bad.
it's the no. The reason I'm laughing,
bro.
I used to feel the exact same way. I'm like, I would in there fake sleep in the morning, like
he used to be like,
it's
man,
the
my
hope
daddy
they
coming
don't
to
wake
pick
me
me
up.
up. I'm getting picked up. I'm getting picked up before y'all head to church, y'all.
And the mom be like, you going to church with us, sweetie? I ain't got no clothes. Put on. We got some clothes for you.
We got some clothes for you.
So, Bolo, go get Darnell some of your jeans and a shirt.
Oh then look, check this out. Don't be the church where it ain't that big and the newcomers got to stand up.
Oh my God. Why are we standing up making a scene?
Bro.
Why are we making a scene? This between me and my Lord.
Why do I gotta stand? Why do I have to stand up by myself and looking around? And then look, it's always my time and where I be the only motherfucker standing up too in there.
Yep.
And everybody looking at you. I'm like,
hey, before you stand up, because you really don't want to stand up, so you kind of like look to the left and right to kind of see like, are they gonna nudge you to go? I should have just stayed seated. But you were kind of looking, they're like, get up, you knew.
Get up, you knew. Like, let them know. You a visitor. Look at that.
Man, you know,
crazy.
And my church is so small. Like the next thing after that was everybody had to go greet and hug and stuff. Now after that, you know what I mean?
Wow, bro.
Good times, brother. Good times.
Good times, man. Good times. I like church though, man. I like going in church. Like not every Sunday though. Because I feel like, you know, obviously I ain't gonna get on my soapbox, but church is with inside you, man. You know what I mean? It's your environment, you know. So sometimes people try to make you feel bad for not going in there, but you know, if you worship in it, you know, you having church at home, you know, that's the same difference too. So
can we keep it real though, Bolo?
Talk to me.
It's the porch, because I feel the same way. Again, I ain't been to church in. It's been
I'm gonna pull up though.
It's been close to a year for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's been I grew up in the church. I like to go pretty much every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we use that excuse for us not to go, because if we all say the church is within us, well, there should be no pastors, there should be no choir, we shouldn't even have a church then. If the church is within us, we're basically saying there's no need for the church. And I know me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I always feel better, at least spiritually inside. I'm more peaceful when I go to church and when I leave it, because you're around similar like-minded people. And even if you're not around like-minded people necessarily, you're hearing the word, you're being filled with the word versus being filled with the world on a day-to-day basis. So I think sometimes it's being in that environment, being in the presence of, not saying the Lord can be, he ain't no problem. He with us right now on the porch. We talking about him. You know, it says in the Bible when two or more people come together to praise him, that the God is present. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
facts.
You are right, but I think when you in that environment, it's a different type of energy. Just like me and you, we trying to turn up, and we at the bar, the club, we got music playing on. It's a different type of energy for that particular situation. So I do think there's still value in the church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just want to put that out.
I mean, 100%. Like I would go to church. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a member at a church, you know, currently. So I do go to church, but I'm not every Sunday type of guy.
Right.
I just think though, you know, you don't have to go to church specifically to be, because sometimes I think people who actually go to church every Sunday try to make other people feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Or try to make it seem like that they're better people, you know, to that certain extent. So for that reason, you know, I say like church is within you. Like you said, when two or more people come together, you know, with the common goal to talk about God, you know, that's, you know, obviously drawing God's attention.
Right.
But also at the same time, like you could sit there and worship and praise God in that element as well and still have that same energy, you know? Because sometimes too, man, like just keeping it a being, like some of the old heads that be in the church and some of the people who go to church every day sometimes be the meanest people in the world.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They have different, you know, they have that goal of like God is good and everything, but they the grimiest, most, you know, conniving people that you probably would meet. You know what I'm saying? Just evil people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that is filled in the church as well. You know, obviously church is, you know, meant to, you know, come one, come all, you know, that type of energy as well. But, you know, like I said, it's a good thing to go to church. Like, you know, that's great if you do go. But it's okay if you don't.
Yeah, like you're not less than for not going.
Yeah,
and I agree with you 1,000%.
I think you can celebrate God in your capacity, the way you should celebrate him, because you may turn up more You know what I'm saying? In your
Alone.
element, you
Yep.
know, and worshiping and getting to know him more than, you know, being in that mixed energy, you know. So
Yep. Yeah, man. I love it, man. We can talk God all day, man. That's why the porch, we ain't even plan for that.
crazy.
We didn't even put together no
Crazy.
topics that was gonna be centered around that. It just happened, and we gotta roll with it because this is the porch, and we the realest
It's a
show
fact.
on your airways, man. But let's switch gears here, man. There's been a lot going on in the sports world. We got to talk a little sports because that is our foundation. And speaking of sports, man, NFL season, college football is right around the corner. If you're looking to make some big time money through betting, then Bet Online is the place for you. Use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, BELIEVE, to get your 50% plus welcome bonus. Bolo, I gotta ask you, Chicago Bears fan. A lot of talk, a lot of expectations going into this next year. You picked up DJ Moore, had a solid draft, got some help on the line, and your quarterback Justin Fields went out there preseason opener, went 3 for 3, threw 2 touchdown passes, 100 plus passing yards, perfect QB rating, I believe. What's your, I guess, reaction to the preseason opener? For your quarterback and just for your Bears? I'm sure you've seen some highlights. You might have watched the game. I didn't even ask you before this, but I know you've seen at least the highlights. Mm-hmm. What's your initial reaction to your Bears?
Hey, man, I'm excited. You know, I think last year we didn't see a lot of big plays, our big players, you know, in that capacity to make big plays. So, you know, already in the first couple plays, you know, we see Justin Fields to DJ Moore, you know what I'm saying?
And then Herbert, your running back, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then the running back, you know, so we got a lot of weapons that I think, you know, we'll take advantage of. And with Justin Fields being one of the, you know, leading rushers, you know, at the quarterback last year, I mean, he's going to give us what we need. You know, I think in the league it's good to be good in a lot of areas, but if you're really good in one area, then you need to just kind of hold on to that and then continue to, you know, add in, you know, take on those other types of attributes as you go. You know what I mean? So I don't think they'll avoid necessarily what he has done as far as using his feet. I just think it'll be another added weapon, knowing that he can throw to DJ Moore, he can throw to Claypool, he can throw to Komet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now he got multiple weapons, but then also he's a weapon within himself too. So offensively, we're going to be cool. Defensively, I think traditionally, like, we should be able to make a run. You know, obviously the Lions got a heavy power offense. Vikings do too, ideally, but I think we should squeeze out a few of those games. I think we should beat the fucking cheeseheads. You know, I mess with the cheeseheads, man. So I got my Bears winning 9+ games this year. So I'm gonna go with 9+ this year. Very confident in it. I think it's do or die for Justin Fields. So, you know, Ryan Poole has been doing a fantastic job, in my opinion, with getting all of the necessary pieces in place to have Justin Fields be successful. So the ball is in his court. So, you know, if it's a bust, 9 times out of 10 it'll fall on Justin Fields. So we'll see.
I love it, man. We definitely rooting for Justin Fields. Like you said, obviously a Ohio State guy, but I watched him in college, you know, big fan of him. Crazy athlete. Last year was really bad, but it wasn't all on him. You know, he was running for his life as well. A lot of pressure on him. Now it's less pressure. He has more experience. He has more help, more weapons where he can get that ball out quick and let guys like DJ Moore go run for 60. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I do think the Bears are going to be a lot better. It's funny you said you got them at 9+ wins. I got them winning 8 games exactly. I got them being 8-9. You know what I mean? Which is a big improvement for last season. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll take that.
I do see them being a lot better. I think, you know,
I do believe we probably can come out the North though.
Yeah, I mean the North is it's up for grabs now. It's up for grabs. You know, there's no like just guaranteed locks over there with Aaron Rodgers leaving. You know, Jordan Love looking. You know, he ain't looking too high. I mean, we'll see how things roll once the season starts. I know it's just the preseason, but it's definitely open, man. So we shall see. And there was a lot of young quarterbacks playing, obviously, in a preseason opener. My guy, AR5, Anthony Richardson, his debut. Started off a little shaky. You know, he threw a pick on his first drive, tried to force something that wasn't there. But he played 3 drives, and each drive, to me, he got a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better. He threw a dime to Alec Pierce that would have been a touchdown, but Alec dropped it. You know what I mean? Like he did a few times last year. Alec, you got to stop dropping it now. You're talented cat, you know, size, you strong, you gotta stop dropping them balls like that, my brother. You know what I mean? So overall, I like what I saw from AR5. I know it's gonna be a learning experience, it's not gonna be perfect. And I do think that You know, that it's gonna be there's a lot of highs and lows during this first season. There's gonna be moments where you look at him and be like, this guy can be a perennial Pro Bowler. There's gonna be time where guys gonna be like, man, this guy, how's he even starting? You're gonna see both sides, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think something that's worth mentioning too, you know, speaking to the fans at least, you know, I think sometimes the fans got to learn to be patient with, you know, some of these players. Like you can take the greatest athletes that play, you know, college football, transition in the NFL. A lot of them aren't getting it right away. You know what I'm saying? Like the percentage of people making the NFL, you know, from college is already slim to none. But the people who actually perform from college in the NFL right away is probably 30 times smaller than that number, you know what I'm saying, as far as being a contributor right away. So especially at the quarterback position, man, I think that is the hardest position in sports, you know, to play, you know what I'm saying, from a lot of different angles. So expecting a kid from college transition into the league, playing with guys that have, you know, 5 to 10 to almost 15 years of experience, bro, it's, you know, you're asking for a lot. So my expectations aren't is like through the roof for like these new quarterbacks like CJ Stroud and, you know, Bryce Young and, you know, obviously AR-15. So I just hope they are trajecting in the right angle. Like I don't have none of them teams, you know, obviously going crazy to a point where, you know, they'll be playing in the AFC, NFC championship. Like, not yet.
Right. I do think Bryce Young's probably in the best position just because the Panthers, they were okay last year. It wasn't like they were just shitty. They traded up to get that pick. It wasn't like they were the worst team in the league last year. So I do think, you know, he'll be in the best position. But right now it's preseason, man. It's hard to really judge these guys fully, especially when they're getting one or two or three drives in series. You know what I mean? So you know, we'll see. I'm just excited, man, just for the future. Future is bright, I think, for a lot of these organizations. You know, even next year's draft. I know we're looking way ahead, but next year's quarterback draft is going to be loaded. So there is some pressure on some of these young guys, in my opinion, only because of next year's draft being so loaded. You know, projected to be loaded with Caleb Williams and Drake May and Will Pitts Jr. and these guys. You know,
on today's date, I am picking that the Cardinals will select Caleb Williams.
Number one overall pick.
And
move on from Kyler Murray. I'm not mad at you, brother. I am not mad at you, brother. You know, it's crazy too, man, because, I mean, people are really – this year, I'm going to really evaluate him and watch full game. Last year, I saw highlights. I watched a few games, but I didn't really watch him play. Everybody is saying, no, Caleb Williams is legit. They're saying he's the next – Patrick Mahomes, like they're saying
he on some.
They say he throw like Mahomes, but he got good feet like a running back. I'm like, damn, y'all over here like, is he a transformer?
Bro, I caught a couple games, bro, and you know, in their conference, you know, it's high powered. Like they running the spread, like, you know, all day. It's just kind of like run and gun. Like I'm throwing the ball 60, 70 yards down the field, 40, 50 times a game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just seeing him just live that life though of just like run and gun. Talking about like no huddle type of like we moving. It was something crazy to see, bro. Like,
man.
And wait, they're not playing in the Big Ten this year. That's next year.
No,
so he's gonna miss.
Year.
Yeah, okay. So he'll miss because I was gonna say he was gonna probably give a lot of people in the Big Ten hell had he played in the Big Ten this year. But seeing that he'll finish out, you know, in their conference. Pac-12, right?
Yeah, Pac-12. Yeah, right now.
Pac-12. What it is.
About to be the Pac-3 here in a minute.
Yeah, that's sick.
So it's crazy. So I'm just excited. Like I said, football is back, man. And man, you know, like you always say, it's the best time of the year.
Best time of the year, man. It's super exciting. I can't wait to get things underway, man. High school football opened up, man. So we're gonna get going too. You know,
first week, man. How you feeling? You nervous? Like, be real.
Man, I'm not nervous, man. It's just, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, my group, you know, is in the best position to be successful, man. Because, you know, I'm biased, but, you know, I think defensive back next to the quarterback is one of the hardest positions to play in sports from an athletic standpoint, you know. So, you know, a lot of stuff is put on defensive backs because we're in a world now where, you know, the game isn't good unless you score, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of things have been predicated on putting the ball in the end zone, which means, a lot of pressure has been put on the defensive back to, get stops and play the ball well in the air and stuff, bro. So just trying to get them guys prepared for that, man. Getting them guys in a position to have some tough skin if situations do, go and, not in our favor. So, but I'm excited, bro. I'm trying to win, bro. Trying to get to it and shit. Hopefully take some home, man. Talking about some jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Give me some jewelry, man.
I hear you, man.
The road to jewelry. Here you go.
I'm rooting for y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. I can never put y'all in front of my family though. The dub is always
your
gonna be
bloodline. That's cool.
It's my blood. I might get the dub tatted on me, man. Like that's how deep it is with them.
I feel you,
but
bro.
I do rock with LC. Like I said, y'all right down the street. Y'all got the same kids. A lot of your kids and our kids grew up together. Their mamas moved across the street a little too far. Now they go to LC. So it's all love, you know what I mean? We ain't got no beef with y'all. If we don't win, I want y'all to win. If I'm keeping it a buck, we can't let Center Grove win. Can somebody stop them? Can somebody stop them, Bolo? Can y'all do it for me? I might have to put the helmet on and come back. We can't let Center Grove do it again, man. We can't. Joe Cox over there feeling good right now. I know.
Shout out to Joe, man. Shout out to Joe. Joe be getting that. I think he did like 5th, 6th graders. He getting that development. Them guys, man.
It starts there. Keep it real. It starts there.
Starts there, man.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. So, but moving on, man, to some other NFL news. Michael Oher, Bolo. I don't know if you saw it. Michael Oher. Blindside. Legendary.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies, y'all.
Of all time, brother. Of all time. I think we watched that movie. That came out, what was it, 2011? Let me look it up real quick because I want to make sure I'm very accurate. It came out in 2009. You know what? That makes perfect sense. 2009 was the year we won the state championship. I was in high school too. I was a sophomore. We won the state championship that year, and that was the week that film came out. Was like I think the state championship week, I believe. And that whole week, we're doing different team activities. We were practicing lifting weights, but we're doing team activities. And our head coach, shout out to John Hart, they took us to the movies to watch Blindside as a team, and it was one of the best movies I had seen.
Great movie, man.
And now my brother's coming out, and he's filing a petition, basically saying that the way he was depicted in The Blind Side was completely false, and that the family, I believe their last name is like Tui, he was never adopted by them. Sean and Lee Ann Tui never actually adopted him, but instead had him signed into a conservatorship, which is different. So the conservatorship, from based upon what I read, basically granted the Tuis, the family, the parents or whatever that took them in, the rights to all like negotiations to future contracts and any money coming in. And I didn't know, man, this brother didn't make a dime on The Blind Side.
Make a dime.
And the movie supposedly grossed over $300 million, and he didn't see a dime over that, and it was his story. The parents or whatever that took him in, they made money, and they even had some type of document signed where their kids, that their actual, blood kids, took some bread home as well. I think it was $225,000 plus 2.5% of all future defined net proceeds. So that's 2.5% of whatever that for. Again, it grossed over 330 million. I don't know how much it netted, but you can do the math and you can assume and guess it was a lot of money that family made. And he's basically saying, like, listen, this family used my name, image, and likeness to make money on me, and I ain't getting a piece of it. So when I first saw it, Bolo, man, my initial emotion was like, bro, why are you just not bringing this up? This shit came out. So much shit has happened. This shit came out almost 15 years ago, damn near, like pushing that way. But the more I read up on it, I'm like, it sounds like the brother is really just now putting it all together, like crossing his T's down his eyes and figuring out that, hey, I trusted them thinking I was signing a document that was making them my official legal parents and guardians, when in reality, it was a conservatorship that was writing off my rights. And me, I'm 18. They're bringing me in. They're treating me good. They're feeding me. They're buying me clothes. I'm not reading this document. I'm 18. I'm thinking I want a family.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm good. So now he's looking back. He's like, man, they did me dirty. So obviously, man, like, we haven't heard their side yet. I'm hearing they're going to drop a statement here this week. But Bolo, bro, I got to ask you, just based upon the information we have right now, what's your initial reaction to all this?
Man, why I love that movie so much. Like
What?
I love that. Like I love the movie, bro. Like I'm just saying, like just from
Yeah.
everything that's been going on is like shit. I didn't felt like a personal attachment to the movie and to the
Ooh.
story and to the family. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
to hear that the story got a little bit of fluff to it, or that it's not really pure intentions behind it, it kind of takes away from the validity of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because remember, it had it ain't Sandra Bullock, is it?
Yeah,
Whoever
Sandra
played.
Bullock. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the mother. That
Sandra.
was the
Okay,
mother.
okay, yeah. So Sandra Bullock, like the way she played that character
Killed it.
and killed it, right? And had that relationship, with him. Like it for me, it was just like, damn, like this, it was one of those feel good movies, right? Like
Yep.
it's people who actually care,
Tearjerker.
So yeah, so you ain't never really think like, okay, this person going through all this for this dude, like had an ulterior motive to, for him at that time. You know what I mean? Seeing how he grew up, everything, like in the back of their mind, they helping them, but they still got like a plan to get out of him more than they get put into him. You know what I'm saying? So for me, bro, I just think it's just fucked up, man. Like for him to be getting treated well, but it's like you honestly, you paying for this. It ain't like they really doing it out the goodness of their heart. So it kind of
Yeah,
takes away the
man.
movie for me, bro. Honestly,
It makes you think like, was this they plan from the get-go? Did they see this big
I
ass
think
6'5",
so, bro. That's
330
what I'm
pound
saying.
kid?
Because that's why I don't think it's wholehearted, because they seen it. They seen the dollar signs. Let's invest in him. He has the size. Because now I want to figure out what the story really was. Remember, there was the Ole Miss Tennessee situation, and then they thought that they were supposed to get him to go to Ole Miss, and they thought they was being persuaded. I'm like, is this shit like did he really get persuaded? Like I don't
Right.
know what the real truth is now, because
But
it's
my thing is, I know I alluded to it earlier that like maybe he's just now figuring all this out. But even if that's the case, he's now saying that even the way he was depicted in the film was wrong. As far as like he's saying that he's saying I don't have a learning disability. I wasn't slow. I wasn't. But you never said this though. This shit came out in 2009.
But he did. But he might have signed something where he probably couldn't disclose nothing. But I do remember him saying that the story wasn't as accurate, yeah, and it didn't really depict everything in his life. But
I mean, I'll say
I just thought they were missing something. But
that's movies though and shows though. No
right,
movie or
they're
show
gonna
is
make it a little bit more
literally
than what it is.
identical. Yeah, like
right.
So I don't know. I got to hear from the Tuies. I got to hear from them, and I got to get some more information because there's always three sides of every argument, every situation. You got his side, they side, and you got the truth. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to figure out what the truth is. He's coming through like he's retired. I wonder, is his money a little funny? Again, I'm just trying to see both sides. I'm not trying to, because again, we don't know until we know. And to this point, until all this came out, we all thought they were amazing. You seen them with pictures with them. They took this kid in who was homeless and having to like catch the bus and to get to school and walk a mile afterwards, staying with all his friends. And you hear this white family taking this big black guy. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? Bring them in, feed them, like clothe them, let them stay there. We think this is one of them, like you said, a feel good story. And to this point, we never heard anything negative about them, even from him. So for this to come out now, it's just interesting. Again, not saying he's lying. I'm not saying that at all. It just makes you think like, damn. Now it is messed up that he ain't getting no bread from the movie.
That's the main. That's all I was gonna say. Like at the end of the day, like even if he broke or even if you want to come out now, like he should have at least got something from the movie. If he didn't get anything, like that's wrong, because that's his story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody literally is using, like you said, his likeness and his image to get bread. So he should at least be compensated.
But imagine somebody come out with a movie, bro, depicting your life, bro. Chicago, what the ball say, and like actually use your name though. Every day. Like use your name. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like they took his story and put a new name on it. They used Michael Oher.
Cheers, bro.
So man, I don't know. Couldn't be me, brother. Giving me. So hopefully he figures that thing out and he gets some justice. I'll say that, man. I would definitely say that. So switching gears here, man, to a little bit of the culture real quick, Bolo. Man, Chicago, man. Why y'all be fooling Chicago all the time? I love Chicago for real. It's all love, but I just always hear some type of story in Chicago, Bolo. Lil Durk had a concert. Supposedly, it was an active shooter. So I don't know if they shut it down early or what, but that happened. And then while fans are leaving and storming out.
Took the merch. I seen that video.
Took all this merchandise. And we got that on tape. So ain't no line, ain't no, can't nobody say they didn't do it. They cleaned my man out. Took all this merchandise. He put a story up like he wasn't really tripping or whatever. You know what I mean? He told everybody who stole something it kind of mystery. I don't know if he's being funny or he's trying to find out who stole his shit. He said, put a story up for if you stole something with y'all crazy ass. He said it in a joking way.
Bait, that ain't nothing but bait, probably.
Yeah, I think he's trying to bait these niggas and kill them. How you feeling? This your city, so I'm gonna take a step back. What's going on, bro?
No, I to say I'm not surprised would be asinine. I'm not surprised, but I don't know what you want to say, bro. Yeah, it's like, what can you do? It's just my thing too. Is like, sometimes people wonder why certain people don't come places or don't do stuff, or why we don't get the certain type of luxuries that other cities get because of stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So. Right. It's the city. It is what it is. Sometimes stuff happens. But I feel like as I get older, bro, I hate just the city being recognized for stuff that ain't really pushing the city forward in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, if you would have asked me this in high school, I'd have been just rolling at it. But I was almost just like, damn, y'all tripping. Like, this is a concert. Like, I'm sure kids was in there. Like, y'all just in there. It's a concert, like
we trying to have a good time, good vibes,
and that ain't the energy we coming in there with, but it happened, and then obviously it hit all of the social media boards and platforms and stuff, and it's just feeding into that same narrative. You know what I'm saying about Chicago? So we just gotta continue to do better, man, for real.
Nah, I feel you, bro. I'm the same way. You're still in Indianapolis right now, so you can speak to it probably more than me, but I know how bad it is back in Nap right now with all the shootings and killings, and I just hate to hear it too, because it's like we always see the positive side of the city that we're from. You know what I mean? Because like that's the city that raised us and made us, and there's so much good in Indianapolis, so much good in Chicago, I'm sure. But obviously the negative stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody sees the negative shit. Yeah.
And it makes it hard to even defend your city and where you're from when you keep seeing all the negative and the killings and the shooting and stuff like that. So luckily it sounds like no one actually got hurt, to my knowledge, which is a blessing.
I'm trying to see, how the hell did you get in the United Center though with a pistol? Come on, bro. You going through the metal detectors? You supposed to be putting your bag on the belt, or
inside job, man. They knew the security guy. They let them in. It has to be.
That's the type of shit that just be alarming to me. Like, why do we wait in these long ass lines that go through the security if y'all just slipping up in big crowds like this? Like, that's dangerous. Like, the big crowds, like, y'all gotta be even more on point when it comes to the masses. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I feel you, man. Like I said, what can you do besides pray, man? Pray, raise your family right, stay out the way.
Stay out the way.
That's all you can do. Stay out the way, man. Switching gear, I got a couple more for you, Bolo, man. These some quick ones right here. So I sent you an Instagram post probably like a week or two ago, but we didn't have an episode last week, so we didn't have a chance to talk about it. So the first topic I want to bring up to you, there was a picture that the Shade Room posted showing a woman basically, taking a knee, asking her man for marriage, ask for his hand in marriage. And the question said, ladies, what's stopping you from doing this? I want to ask you this, man. We live in a different world, man, where women are leaders, women are making more money than men, women are out here running their household. It's just a lot. It's a complete different world right now. No matter how you feel about it, that's your opinion. It's different. Women are out here bosses. Would you have a problem seeing, again, it ain't even gotta be your relationship specifically, but just in general, if women started to take the knee and ask for their man for their hand in marriage, like would you look at that weird? Or is that like, talk to me with that?
That's a good question, bro. Just from the side of like where we are now, as far as where our world is. Right. Like, I hate going back to the same cliche answer of like, I'm so old school, and I just have a mindset to where I just believe that, it's more of a duty for a man to ask a woman's hand in marriage. I just think that just comes with the territory. Like, even if that woman is the breadwinner and she's probably doing a lot of other things in the household, I think as a man, it may even be a double standard, but I think as a man, you have to be able to come to understanding that this is a decision that you want to do to create this household. Like, no matter how much money she may make or how much control she may have in a relationship, like it still is ultimately like the man's decision to come forward with, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it hits different when a woman is coming at that angle first. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of women emotionally kind of already in tune to themselves of like, this is what I want to do. This is why I want to do it. For a man, like we not really that quick like that. Like we slow process shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So us being able to slow process it and really come to that decision, I think furthermore confirms that it's the right decision to make. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to rush. Like if you just put a man into,
I see what you're saying.
like, you know what I'm saying? You want to put a man in a position like, hey, let's get married. Boom. I put me on front sheet. I told you I wasn't ready. I told you put me in this bad position. So now, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to move. Like I'm nervous. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's about timing. Like it's our time. And it helps.
Because women are naturally emotional, if we're being honest. So they might ask you just off the fucking, it's been 3 months and they on cloud 9. They might ask you because they just feeling good. The man gonna naturally move a little slower. They gonna like, they not rushing marriage.
We wanted to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, there always is the situation where the guy has the girl waiting for a long time. But obviously then that's what you separate the situation between like, okay, they just don't want to get married then. You know what I'm saying? Because some people wait a long time and every situation is different, but more times than not, ladies, like there's probably a reason as to why he doesn't want to get married if he isn't married after a certain amount of time, up until that point. You know what I mean? So that's just keeping it a straight beam with you. So if you listening to this, y'all, I'm not trying to cause no arguments. I'm just letting you know that sometimes that spade is that spade.
Is what it is, man. Hey, he keeping it real. Let me be devil's advocate here, man, because I've been contemplating going back and forth on this topic. And at first, I was right there with you, old school, man, got to make the decision. He got to do it, boo, 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 boo. But the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, as a man, it would be an honor for your woman to take a knee, quote unquote, bow down. Let's be real. Let's call it what it is. When you take a knee, when a man take a knee to your woman, you are in essence bowing down to that woman in front of everybody, however way you decide to propose, to ask for her hand in marriage. So if my woman wants to, quote unquote, bow down, take a knee, and say, I want you to be my leader, my husband, my head of household for the rest of my life, and they put a fucking Rolex on my wrist, I'm gonna be that motherfucker like, yes, baby, yes, come here. You finally asked me. That's an honor, Bolo. You ain't putting that rollie on. That's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta look at it a little differently. If you got a woman, that means you have been doing everything that you supposed to be doing and more as a man for that woman to humble herself enough to take a knee, and it's typically in front of a crowd, whether it's family, friends, random people, whatever, to ask for your hand in marriage, to act, because again, men typically in a marriage is the head of household. They make, again, you're a team. It's a team effort, of course, partnership, but the man is the ultimate leader. He's the quarterback of the situation. So if a woman is taking a knee and asking you to marry her, that means she wants you to lead her. She trusts you to lead their household, to have babies with, to take care of those kids. As a man, that should be the highest honor, right?
Yeah, bro. But when he's ready, bro. Like,
what if she ain't ready though? It's the same conversation.
Typically it's not though. Typically women are always pretty much in a position to be ready before men are. Not in all cases, but majority of the time it's where women have throughout hints are, they are in a position to, what I'm saying, be a wife. Like, then that's when the answer like is ready to be asked. Like, the question is ready to be asked. I mean, as far as like, will you marry me, based upon the things that we've seen, the things that, I've been shown in order for you to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get everything that we want to accomplish, everything that you want to do. You want to serve me, you want to lead me. Like, that's beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I want to lead the way. Like, but at the same time, it's all about timing. If a man is not ready and he gets put on Front Street, it is not going to work out. I promise you that. Like, we want to do stuff on our own time. That is just a man's nature. Like, we hate being rushed. We hate feeling like something is out of order or out of place, or somebody getting me off my square.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, with me being pushed off my square and me being able to react and my back is against the wall, it forces me to.
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I don't want to have no regrets,
Right.
So yeah, bro, it's tough, man. So ladies, just let the men just, ultimately get on that one knee. That's what we got the knees for.
Yeah, and that one knee.
Yeah.
Take that Jordan off.
Ask for the hand. Little knee pad. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel like the whole system needs to be changed, bro. I feel like neither
change the whole system.
Neither person should really like take a knee or nothing. It should be like a damn.
Some people don't even take knees now, though. For real, you don't really see too many people just taking knees no more.
It should just be a full, just like business discussion, bro. Like we should just talk. Hey, we love each other.
They say it's a business.
These are our goals. Let's take emotions out for a hot second. Let's think with logic real quick. This is what I'm trying to do. On my side, is you trying to do? How can we help each other accomplish that and build something beautiful? Because the problem is, I think men are asking women and women ain't ready, but they don't want to embarrass them and they don't know if they're going to find love down the road. So they just saying yes. And then 3 years down the road, they get divorced because they wasn't ready or that man wasn't everything that they thought he was, or even vice versa. If the woman is proposing to that man 3 years down the road, that woman ain't everything that he thought she was. And or both parties just changed in terms of what they're looking for in terms of a lifetime partner. So I just think a lot of people are rushing into marriage. That's why the divorce rate is extremely high right now. People got to just, sit down because, bro, marriage is a business. It stems off of love. That's the foundation. Yeah. But after the love, it's business. We buying houses together. We putting banks in sharing accounts, and we got each other's personal information. You got my last name. Like, it's a business. You sign you sign a license. If shit hits the fan and you break up and you ain't got no prenup, even if you do got a prenup, the fucking the city got to decide who get what, like that's business. That's literally a business agreement. So like we got to stop treating it and moving with 100% emotions and think through like the business side of things. And I think motherfuckers got to sit down at the big table. You know what I mean? Wife on one end, husband on the other end. And let's just discuss this. Like, I want to marry you. Why? Like, how we like? Let's really talk this thing through. And instead of all people like all the Instagram photos. Oh my God, he put the heart of roses around you. Don't none of that shit matter when you married.
That's like, a fact.
Don't none of that pretty shit matter. After the wedding day, that's when the real marriage start.
That's a fact. And I think too, this is why I just thought about this. Like when you think about being in a marriage and you think about the things that you have to get through in order to get to like actually being married or like feeling like, okay, I want to marry this person. It's like the verb, right? So being married for me is like a verb. It's an action. So to continue to be married, to stay in the present, right, of being married, it has to be the verb of actually doing, right? So doing specific things to be married. But even before you get married, you have to show the verb, right? So how does this person act when they're happy? How does this person act when they're sad? How does this person act when they're under stress? How does this person act when, they're angry and don't know how to express emotions, right? So I think if you're able to see a partner in all of those verbs of like what they're doing, then it gives you a better idea of how to be married, which is like the art of doing, which is like the verb. You feel what I'm saying?
Real. Nah, you keeping it real right now. Nah, you keep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like it's an action. Like it's not just
everything is an action.
It's an action.
Like think about why people get divorced. It's always about a standard that's not met, which is the specific action that's being done or not being done that gets you to the point of being unmarried.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like real. It's always the art of doing. Like when you think about arguments or something like that, it's typically about doing something like communicating or taking out the trash or showing more affection or like whatever the case may be. It's always the verb. So even before that, before you get married, men, right, just think about the verb. Think about the verbs with your partner. Think about the things that they do, right, when they need to do it, under certain being mad, stressed, happy, sad. Think about the verb. Shit is crazy. I need to write a fucking book.
You going crazy, bro.
Right now.
You be really dropping gems. Like you need a book called Bolo's Gems. Like
damn, that shit sound crazy.
Bolo's Gems, bro. Start doing it, bro. That's the problem in Black community. We be having some fire ass idea. We so damn talented. God
be having the bread to move on that shit though. That be the thing though. Like supposed to be wanting us to just boom, let's go ahead and just throw that idea out there. Like, I get it, but what type of
OPM, other people's money.
Other people's
OPM.
money, but how am I gonna get to that point?
You gotta hustle. It's like you did anything. How'd you get a scholarship? How'd you earn that? How'd you get your job? How'd you get a house? You figured it out, Bolo?
But I'm saying though, like, you ain't gonna have too many times to do OPMs though. So whatever route you taking, you're gonna have to make the most of that. You know what I'm saying? You just brung that up. So I'm gonna have to create it to make sure I can drive it and execute it.
Put together a pitch deck to explain why these people should invest in you. Hit up some heavy hitters with some bread. Tell them how much you're looking for the investment, what they're going to get in return, and boom, boom, boom. If that don't work, go to the bank, pitch your story to the bank, go get a fucking loan, and if you can't do that, go find a grant. You can't do that, go hustle, go sell some.
Go hustle, go hustle, go back to hustling, back to the block, back in jail without your dad. Now you in the cycle. Oh shit, we be tweaking on this bitch.
Yeah, back to jail, back in the cycle.
Hey, look, see the fucking rat race, bro. The circle of life, bro. That's what people want to put us in that box. You know what I'm saying? To not know our limits, bro. Did you ever watch Who Killed Tyrone? Who Cloned Tyrone?
Yeah, I watched that. Did you watch it?
Yes, bro. That shit's so silly. It's really trippy though to think about.
It's trippy. Hold on. Did you like the movie though? I had a few people.
I liked it, but it reminded me of Undercover Brother for real though. It kind of had some Undercover Brother vibes on some Jive Turkey sucker type shit. But then it had the flair of like, more of like hood, like urban.
Yeah.
Shit,
the main character was in the hood. He was slanging.
Yeah. It was trippy though. It was trippy and wild to think about. But when we was talking about the cycle, that's what made me think about Who Killed Tyrone, because I think we are so much so like in the matrix and everything that we do, we just kind of fall in the blender with everything else, that it just comes routine and we don't think about it, so. Yeah,
that movie did make you think, bro. It's like, obviously they're over exaggerating stuff, but it make you like, bro, I don't put nothing past people nowadays, bro. It's like, them of us eating that chicken, everybody was laughing. I said, what the
hell shit I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Hey, when they was eating that chicken and they was laughing, you ain't never met one motherfucker mad eating chicken. Name one motherfucker you seen with a motherfucking frown on their face while they eat some.
So what you saying? What you saying right now, Bolo, on the porch?
I don't know what I'm saying, bro, but I'm just saying motherfuckers ain't sad while they eating fried chicken.
In the church scene, they was in there praising, everybody was going crazy and screaming and standing up.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I'm saying like that shit ain't too far from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Who know about the perm? Like, who know what the perm doing to these women out here?
Bro, and then you had the old head outside the liquor store, like he's saying some shit that you think he's on some drunk shit, but he really giving you hints.
Old head really got that wisdom.
He out there, man. It's another day, another dollar, right, Bolo?
Yeah, that means something. Wisdom. So, hey,
bro, I still don't know who killed Tyrone though.
I always think that like movies be having like ulterior motives to them, like the way the world has been set up now, y'all, with like the aliens and stuff coming back, and just. Bro, I think it was a guy who was fishing or something. He came across like 100 kilos of cocaine, just kind of floated up in the water.
What did he do with it?
I think he turned it in, like to the police. You know what I'm saying? He talking about his lame, man.
12.
But it just be like shit that you see, like how people smuggle drugs and shit through like animals or something. Like just some crazy shit you never think about because it's only in the movies. Like the shit be really real life. Like how else are these directors and these producers getting these ideas unless it's not true?
I mean, you got your imagination. Just being like
I get it, but it has to come from some type of idea of something that actually happened.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
These dudes ain't that unless
they're not coming from scratch with it.
They could be cold like that, but it could be.
Trying to hear none of that
could
shit.
Be on that. Oh, what's that drug Aaron Rodgers be taking? Ayahuasca. They could be taking that ayahuasca and just like they brain be in
shit.
They be in their dark place and they mind be on some crazy shit. Roberts be. In the studio with purple lights, they be smoking so much fucking weed, and they be in there and they spit their best rap ever. And they don't know how they came up with it. They be lit, so I don't know, brother. But I still don't know who killed Tyrone or who cloned Tyrone. I don't know who did what.
Because Tyrone cloned Tyrone.
The old Tyrone.
Yeah, the old Tyrone cloned Tyrone.
And then old Tyrone said that the new Tyrone didn't even know his little brother. He put that.
Bro, let me tell y'all who cloned Tyrone, y'all. The man.
Dun, 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 dun.
Trying to tell you, it's always the man.
So it's the same man from Undercover Brother did all this shit.
It's the same it's the same man who got Black folks still in
Because the way the movie ended, it really wasn't solved. Tyrone was in L.A. Another Tyrone with the braids.
Because it's the cycle, bro. They saying it's Tyrone's all around the world, bro.
So the only way they gonna win is if undercover brother come back and save the day.
That's it, bro. Leave that mayonnaise at home, bro.
Bro, you think there's another Bolo out there?
I believe so.
Like getting to it though, like really making money though, like really hustling out here though.
Nah, he ain't getting to it like I'm getting to it. It's only one me thinking like this.
Are you
another nigga like me out there though?
Are you the prime Bolo though? Are you the number one Bolo?
Nigga, I am the main one, nigga. I'm the A1.
Nigga, I'm Optimus Smitty. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm the first Smitty. They cloned the other Smitties from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm that nigga.
That nigga's the original.
I'm the
OG.
I'm the one. I'm the one.
OG for real.
When you be pissed off, you was flicking channels and you saw Bolo or let's say his name was fucking trying to think B. John Jones or some shit. B. John Jones just bought Amazon for $42 billion and he's open up. You be like, anything look just like you, and he like eating, and he like more successful. Would you be pissed off? I'd be mad as fuck.
I'd be salty as fuck. I'd be like, bro, we gotta meet, bro. I gotta talk to you, bro. For real. Like, that shit is wild to think about, bro. My brain be going there, bro. So that shit is trippy, bro. But hey, before we go, all right.
Yes.
Because my computer is about to die.
Okay, give me some.
So check this out.
Something good to end with.
Y'all remember the boardwalk, right? When the Black brothers came back, you know what I mean, beat up on them white folks, was on the boat and everything in Alabama, right? So I read a story about like 3 or 4 hours before that. It was a sister walk over like maybe 100 women who put flowers out in the river to dedicate like just kind of like their love and stuff for the ancestors in the area. And they said the same day is when the Black folks went back and beat up on them white folk.
So what you trying to say? You saying the ancestors put their spirit into
I'm trying to tell you that shit is real. Them ancestors came in there and they put it on them.
That might be real because I ain't never seen
bro,
I ain't never seen a brother swim to a fade.
Bro,
we can't even swim.
That nigga said swim to a fade. No, for real. Swim to a fade for real. Like, you ain't never seen them niggas act like the Power Rangers and kick into action like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? So it had to be something in the air, the energy in the air of the ancestors, bro, that got them to a point where, like, this will no longer take place on this sacred ground.
Damn, the ancestors, bro.
It was wild, bro. It's wild to think about. And it's as funny as it sounds, bro. I think this shit is true as fuck. Because, like, the world is so wild because it's kind of like history repeating itself, but in the opposite form.
Ooh, shit. Say it
so,
again.
Like, I said it comes in the effect of, like, history may start to repeat itself, but in the opposite form. So we seeing shit from a whole different lens right now. Okay. So the situation that we just seen was something that we'll probably accustomed to seeing in the 40s and the 50s and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now we seeing it in a different light, y'all. And I guarantee you, just how we act as our people, all it takes is one group to do it, for that trend and that effect to come on, and you're gonna see multiple people starting to be like, wait, what they doing over there? Let me go check it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people gonna start gelling and coming together.
Bro, you got me on some trippy shit right now. He said like we seeing some shit right now that already happened in a different way. Nigga, you ever seen Tenet? John David Washington, that's Denzel Washington's son. Everybody who's seen the movie Tenet, it's like he's seeing shit in two different perspectives. Shit is happening one way and he's going the other. I still don't understand the movie, but this shit is you got me trippy. It's some trippy Tenet type shit you're talking about right now, bro.
Yeah, this shit is going crazy. Like, silly, bro.
The ancestors.
The ancestors, y'all. Shout out to the ancestors, man. Ancestors ain't gonna never steer us wrong, man. That's the direction.
Well, hopefully they can get the porch moving and grooving in. Put they hop on the porch, ancestors. Let's get this thing going, man. Hey, another good episode, Don. I know your shit about to die, man. Charge your laptop up, Bolo. Black people ain't never seen. What's wrong with other black folks? We got something good. We ain't coming prepared, man. I love y'all though, man. Listen,
I'm bad.
My man, Bolo,
my charger is actually upstairs, y'all. But I don't want to run up all the way upstairs.
Suicide, come back, plug it in.
Wait, boom, plug it. Yes. Just...
We done anyway, though, brother. It was a great episode, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button. Hey, y'all, Bolo is trending right now on TikTok. If you haven't seen it, check out his Walgreens story.
Truth, that's my truth, y'all. I'm just trying to let y'all know that the shit, like, I just do my own thing and be in my own little world, y'all. And people want to mess with me, man.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Well, y'all pound that like button, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend that this is the realest, the most entertaining, authentic podcast in the world. Get your bag of Cheetos, your hot fries, and just tune into the porch, man. Shout out to the ancestors, man. Sprinkle your good vibes right here on the porch. And brothers, if you see your brother over there getting jumped, man, don't be scared to swim to the fade. Because it's right there. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Swim to the fade.
Swim to the fade, man.
Oh my gosh,
and Bolo, man, how do we end every single show?
Hey, man, look yourself in the mirror every morning. Tell yourself you love them and just make sure that the best you
is the best you. And we out. Peace.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we needed. Now we undefeated. If we link, no, it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free, but now it costs to see me. When you see me, you ain't gotta greet me. Just don't plot to sneak me. I'ma see it, I'ma stop and watch you lose and get defeated. What do we bleed? Came from the jungle, we humble but hungry and hunting to feed. People don't want us to leave. They love us and rush to the bus when we run in the streets, thinking we stunning the sea. We came from nothing to something, now up in the lead. Now we ain't coming in peace, hunting for blood and to crush everyone in the league. We got a reason, we put in work every day of the week, every month, every season. So many schemes, had to go hard for the team. We gave our all and succeeded. Came from the deep end, warming up pots, cooking ramen. At times that was all we was eating. Now we be feasting, 5-star restaurants every week. Whole team dripped in cloth and it's seamless. They looking hard when we step on the scene. Call us outcasts, we so fresh and so clean. Ain't about cash, please don't ask for a meeting. Just hit the stoop out the spaz on the beat. Nah, it ain't rude if you ask for the feet. Just play it cool when I tax you the fee. We need a pool in the back with a cord and a board to go jump off and splash for the heat. Live for the day, cause the past can determine the future or where you gon' actually be. Keep staying present, our presence a blessing. It's all that we have and we actually need. I'm taking action with passion, detaching the ones who keep acting attached to leech. I am no pastor but actually preaching. Look up these lyrics and actually read them. That was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we needed. Now we undefeated. If we link, no, it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free, but now it costs to see me. When you see me, you ain't gotta greet me. Just don't plot to sneak me. I'ma see it, I'ma stop and watch you lose and get defeated.
Presented by Bet Online.